What's up, YouTube, man? Welcome back to the channel. Today we not even really reacting. We just, I guess we reacted to the incident with the trucker sentenced to 110 years in prison or whatever. Well, he had asked, my fucking camera bugging, but he had asked for a reduced sentence. So we just finna look into that. I don't know if y'all know about this. This is all over my For You page on everything. So shit, we might as well react to it. Get this shit out the way. Y'all send some love to this boy. I don't know what the fuck else to do. Say, goddamn, let's just watch the video. Yeah, let's get straight into it. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about this shit, cause 110 years, brother, obviously not gonna make it that far, so it's not really realistic. But in the name of G, hopefully he get out this shit, goddamn. But yeah, let's just get into it.
Less than 2 hours from now, a Colorado district attorney will ask that a sentence be reduced for a truck driver that her own office prosecuted.
Hold on. We're gonna put the headphones on real quick, all right?
Rogel Aguilera Maderos was sentenced to 110 years in prison for a 2019 crash that killed 4 people and injured several others. Now the DA thinks that should be dropped to 20 to 30 years. The judge in the case said his hands were tied due to the state's mandatory minimum sentencing laws. But more than 4.5 million people have signed an online petition asking Colorado's governor to grant clemency or commute the sentence for time served. The governor's office says it's reviewing the sentence right now. Joining me now to talk about this and a lot more is defense attorney Sarah Azari. It's nice to have you. Thanks very much for joining me.
Of course, Poppy. Good to be with you.
The thing that I keep thinking about is prosecutorial discretion. And the fact that this DA brought the charges knowing the sentence that it possibly carried because of the mandatory minimum, and knowing that the judge's hands would be tied by that. And now that's the same DA that wants to reverse the sentence. I just think it shows the power of prosecutors.
100%, and I think there's a lot of pressure, which is why the prosecution is doing this, because typically, Poppy, these petitions are brought by the defendant. You know, the defendant's the one that wants a lesser sentence, and the prosecution's the one that always wants a greater sentence. But there's also another reason here. I mean, for one, prosecutors have to do the right thing. They have to right wrongs, even though the wrong was theirs. But also, I think this prosecutor's trying to set a higher foundation for ultimately what this new sentence will be, asking for 20 to 30 years. I mean, in most states, Poppy, vehicular manslaughter carries anywhere from 2 to 5 years. And then, of course, if there's multiple counts, they run concurrently, not consecutively. So even 20 to 30 years is unconscionable for a crime like this. Of course, it's tragic. People died, people got injured. But, you know, whether he never sees the light of day because of 110 years or doesn't see the light of day for 2 to 3 decades, it's really a distinction with no difference. And so they're trying to bring in these victims or families to make victim impact statements to try to get still a horrific sentence in this case.
You know, obviously, it's so important, too, not to lose sight of the victims, the 4 people who were killed, the others who were injured. One of the family members of one of those killed was on with my colleague Kate Baldwin just a few days ago saying, look, we don't think the governor should get involved yet. Let the legal system play out, and named a number of other factors in this case before the plea deal, et cetera, that had not been offered, that had not been getting as much attention. So I just want to make that point. But I do wonder what this says to you just in terms of reconsideration of mandatory minimums in general.
Yeah, and more states, Poppy, and even the federal government are doing away with these laws because they serve no purpose and they're more hurtful than they are, beneficial. Number one, there's no evidence that it helps victims. Number two, it sort of erodes the plea
I mean, whatever she's talking about, we don't give a damn about that shit, really, to be honest. But it's just the fact that we know that they looking into reducing bro's sentence. I mean, 20 to 30 is fucking goddamn. But at least they thinking about it. I'm not even gonna sit here and act, but shit tough. You know what I mean? I wouldn't wish this shit on nobody. It is what it is. Folks died. That don't mean you gotta be fucking outrageous with your fucking punishment, though. Goddamn. I guess we could listen to Shorty. I just had to say something.
Plea bargaining process, the sentences often are very disproportionate to the offenses, and that is why a judge has to have the discretion in a particular case to see what is a fair sentence. Every case is different, and so they really sort of punish people in a way that is completely a travesty. And yes, of course, these victims need justice. They need imprisonment. We're not asking Aguilera to walk, but the sentence has to be fair and equitable, and that is why we have to let the judge decide what is fair and equitable in that given case. And this law, until things like this happen, the focus is not shifted to the need to abolish. And clearly, this Colorado law is defective.
Bullshit.
But why would the judge have discretion now on a sentence already handed down and not before it was handed down?
Well, because initially that mandatory sentencing rule applies, and typically clemency is something you.
Damn, that's what happened. 4 people died in that shit. That's kind of lucky though, bullshit.
You seek after you've served a number of years. You don't see it happening so early on.
My fault, I'm pausing a lot. I've never seen this. I just heard about it. Only 4 people died? 1, 2. It's mad cause. 1, 2, 3. What the fuck?
But because of the utter unfairness of this, 110 years on a vehicular manslaughter, because your brakes failed and you were reckless, demands, fairness, this sort of post-conviction relief. So unfortunately, it's a backdoor way, but it will get him a better sentence.
Shit, 110 years, nobody deserved that. Don't give a fuck what y'all say. But, 4 people died, so we'll do a bang bang up to them. In the name of Jiggy Slang Dick, hopefully, bro, make it through this shit. I don't know where I can go so love to at, but hopefully make it through and he don't do that much fucking time. I'm not saying let the bro go for the free y'alls, but I don't think he deserves that much time. But it is what it is. I don't got the fucking power to choose. If I did, can't even say nothing, but make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all want to see. In the name of Jimmy Slang Dick, catch y'all in the next one.